Well, hello, guys. Welcome back to Red Lentil Healing. Over the weekend, at least at the time I'm recording this, over the weekend last week, so that would be June, like 10th, give or take, G7 Summit happened. One of the topics at the G7 was about climate. Well, I mean, the entire G7 is about climate change, but okay, one of the things that came from the G7 Summit was this coalition and promise for the countries to invest $100 billion over a certain amount of time to help poorer countries be less reliant on coal. So I want to see, is this going to come to fruition? Will this $100 billion pledge from the G7, the countries that are in the G7, to help other countries become less dependent on coal? Will this play out? How will this play out? Will this come to fruition? So let's take a look, because certain climate change activists and even me, little disappointed at some of the things that actually came out of the G Summit. It's a lot, there's not a lot of tangible action. There's more of, I hate to say posturing and promises, but posturing and promises. I'm going to put a link in the chat, in the description below, so you can get yourself up to speed and caught up on some of the things that, the conversations and things that were promised for the G7. So it's already kind of disheartening to go, okay, well, that's, in essence, the best we can do. So I want to see, will even this thing that they're saying they're going to do, will this even come to fruition? So starts off with the Nine of Swords. So there's already some anxiety, some behind. I'm hearing will everybody put into the kitty? It's kind of like, have you ever, like, at work, you guys wanted to buy your boss a present, so like you're doing a collection with your coworkers, and you're like, okay, boss's gift is gonna, like, we're just want to get her a $50 gift card, and like everybody's trying to put money in, and they said they're gonna put money in, but at the last minute, like, you only got like $41 and you've already contributed 10. Like, you're like, we're either not gonna get that $50 gift card, or I'm gonna have to put in an additional $9 to get it to 50. Like, that's kind of the energy I'm feeling with the Nine of Swords, the stress that they're starting to feel already. Their challenge is the Empress. So giving birth, so even getting this project off the ground, getting this coalition, getting this initiative off the ground is their challenge. The Empress giving birth to something new, creating something new. Four of Pentacles is at the base of this, so wanting to hold on, especially financially. That's interesting. I think certain countries are going to want to hold on to their way of life, how they're producing energy. So I'm thinking that's another thing that's causing the stress, in addition to the money, but also why the challenge is the Empress getting this kicked off. Five of Cups in the recent past, so being without spilled milk syndrome, being out in the cold, or just so they know things are not looking good. There are countries who are just not doing well. We need to come together. So that's, water's wet. We know that. Three of Swords at the crown of this. So there is some heartbreak. Nine of Cups. So wanting to kind of go at this, how do I put this? I'm going to say go at this alone, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. In the near future. And the emotions, though, is the Seven of Swords, this depth and strategy, sneakery. Deception is in the emotions. I think some countries feel slighted. Why do we, again, have to carry the weight for everybody else? And the environment, though, is the Hanged Man, the change of perspective, and the self-sacrifice. Five of Cups. Yeah, they're going to need people to come together to kind of work through this, to change their idea. And even the countries who are in the G7, Yeah, that's interesting. Five of Pentacles, though, is the word of warning, being out in the cold. So again, this is why I think this is what that energy I was picking up from that Nine of Swords. Will everybody contribute and put in towards the boss's birthday present, or some countries once again going to have to pick up the slack and feel out in the cold? And the outcome is the Ace of Cups. So this new overflowing emotion. What I think is that what this reading is telling me is that this is going to be very difficult to get off the ground, because again, you're throwing money at the problem, and you walked away with very little tangible things that can be done for Mama Earth. So when you just throw money at the problem and a hope and a prayer, hope is not a strategy. That's why this is going to, your entire challenge is this entire challenge. Picking this up and getting this off the ground. So, ay, Dios mío, maybe the next G7 they'll realize this wasn't the best idea and come up with another one, but then that's me using hope as a strategy, and hope is not a strategy. So, there you go. All right, guys, until the next video, take care of yourselves. Bye.